Hello and welcome back to Let's Play UnderRail Expedition with me, BringItDon. We're gonna go talk to the survivor and the soldier. Let's see about killing the beast. What's the best way? Oh yeah, I remember where it's at. Down in the mines. Which are over this way. Let's go this way. I don't want to run into the creatures, but I don't think I'm going to run it. No, that's them. Are they inherently hostile? They look like they're not. Hey, an old lamp. 2 points of experience. A bunch of jackhammers laying around. How much are they worth? That's probably worth more because it's charged. Not worth a lot. Alright, maybe I shouldn't risk going too far into the mines, because I don't know where the beast is at, and if the Foundry Guard can't take him on, well, who am I? Well, you could say that I am vengeance, and that I am the knight. I am Batman. Wait, did I not open these up? Walked right past them earlier. Alright, let's talk to Marcos. Need something? Can you tell me anything about the mine creatures? Look, man, I shouldn't talk about that, you dig? He coughs. I don't want to be responsible for spreading any rumors, so my mouth is shut until the Foundry Guard deals with this whole situation. Dig what I mean? But your mayor sent me here to talk to you. Mayor? Oh, I see. Big Boss wants you to convince me to use explosives in the mine to stop the Rockies. I said rockless. I know. We already talked about it. But my answer is still the same. No can do. It'd collapse half of the darn mine and set us back by who knows how many months. I know this mine like the back of my palm. It's every nook and cranny, and I know that a detonation would hurt us more than them creatures. Using explosives should be the last option. Dig? Don't you already use explosives in mining? Yeah, can you just tell me what you know about the creatures? Well, I personally never saw one of those things, but the guardsmen who did told me they've got a shell made completely out of rock. I've also heard that there is a bigger rock creature that is the real reason why the Foundry Guard can't clear the mine. The small ones, while not entirely friable, are not that tough, but the Big Daddy is, like, pretty much invulnerable. He coughs. That's what I heard. Marcos then removes one of his gloves, pulling it off one finger at a time, to reveal a huge, rough-skinned hand with dirty, chipped nails. He continues with a one-sided smile. Now I bet no one mentioned them funny-looking worms to you, huh? He proceeds to imitate vermicular movement with his index finger, moving it a few centimeters to the left with each wave of motion. Right? Yeah, I saw them in the mine. What do you know about them? Ah, so you found them after all. He coughs. Still, I think you'll find what I'm about to tell you quite useful. Listen. Several months ago, we found chromite deposits in the mine. So far, we've mostly mined iron, titanium, and stuff like that, but no chromium. So we started digging in that direction. Along the way, we found strange patches of chromite, or you get chromium from, that had them worms in it. You know, miners would drill the ore, and worm with drills for heads would come out of it. Never seen anything like it before. Weird stuff, I'm telling you. The worms would just get out of there and be on their way, never bothering us or anything. Now after the Rockies attacked us, some guardsmen went deeper into the mine, told us the worms are all over the caves. I think it's all connected somehow. Maybe the Rockies feed on the worms, or maybe it's something else. I don't know. Thought I should tell you that. He coughs. He puts his glove back on. That's all I got for you. Tell Marshall we are not using explosives. Dig. Is anyone here in the foundry that can inspect the worms from the mine? A biologist of some kind? Expert in his field, preferably? An expert? Nope. A biologist? Like zoologists are similar? Highly doubt it. He coughs. There ain't much work for biologists in here, being that this is, well, foundry. Someone could have stopped by the bar or visit a relative, but other than that, nope. In the end, I think you're going to have to seek help from someone outside foundry. He coughs, then shrugs. Thanks, I'll figure something out. Well, there is the guy in SGS that dissects the crawlers, who I also need to talk to for Dude's Quest anyway, so. Alright, yes? Can you tell me anything about the mine creatures? First, it's very unsafe. Okay, we've already said that. It's alright. Chief Banner sent me here to talk to you about the current situation. I see. Well, in that case, my name is Saban, but most everyone here calls me Sapka. Assume I'm saying that right. I'll stick to Saban. I'm Brown. Oh yeah, Sapka it is. I'm BringItDon. Pleased to meet you, BringItDon. Now, listen up. His voice undergoes a few subtle changes, becoming drier and somewhat distant. After our miners first encountered the Bladelings, a group of us was sent inside the mine to deal with the creatures. While the reports implied they were unusual in appearance, only when we encountered them did we realize how strange these creatures actually were. Sure, they had 4 legs, 2 eyes, mouth, the usual, but the shells were made of hardened rock, fused with their bodies, with metallic blades protruding from their backs. It was an unreal sight. And why do you call them Bladelings? Alp, one of the guardsmen, gave them that name. We were clearing the mine together, and he named the creatures like that because of the blades on their backs. He called them Rockies, then Little Blades, and then finally Bladelings. The name Bladeling kind of stuck. Can you tell me about your encounter with the beast? Yes, the beast. That bloody creature was responsible for the death of 9 guardsmen, 9 of my dear friends. It looks similar to Bladelings in general appearance, but is much bigger, with longer back blades and a much thicker shell. In fact, its shell was so thick nothing we used could penetrate it. Fire, bullets, high explosives. The beast shrugged it off like we were throwing marbles at it. It, on the other hand, had no trouble doing damage to us. By pure luck, I was the only one who had managed to escape with my head still sitting on my shoulders. The shield here, it serves as a reminder. Do you think it's the only one, or could there be more? So far we've only seen one, luckily. It was in one of the dormant caves deeper past the mine. It appeared to be very old with, as I've said, much thicker shell than the smaller ones. Also, it was riddled with scars. It was tough, like a boulder rolling toward you. If there are more like that, well, we're in a lot of muck. Whatever the case may be, I will hunt down that creature and end its existence. I feel it. Yeah, it's very brave of you to be at the first line of defense after what happened to your friends. Look, I've worked with those men for years. We fought Ironheads, Raiders, and whatnot. Not for a second was I in any doubt that my back wasn't safe whenever chaos ensued, and I know they felt the same. There's a special connection and trust burned into you by the hot branding iron of combat. Seeing them die there saddens me, and infuriates me. If I could strangle the beast with my own hands and shove this shield down its throat, I'd do it in a heartbeat. I'm here because I'm waiting for it to come to me. Yeah, that's the spirit. That's my duty, BringItDon. I respect this guy. Do you know anything about the worms in the mine? I remember those things. They had strange heads shaped like drills, but they weren't aggressive, so we usually paid no attention to them. We had bigger problems to deal with. Some of the guys did shoot them or step on a few that hadn't had the time to find a hiding place. In any case, they were no threat to us at the time. What does she do? I'm gonna go grab a dog crate from Messer and see if I can capture one of the worms. Then I'll worry about finding a biologist. So I feel like that's what it wants me to do, just like the cave hopper previously. I think Messer was selling crates. Now, I might need a trap. Or something coming from that. Actually, the throwing net might be what I need to capture one of the worms. There you go. That might work. So I don't know if I have to immobilize the worms in order to capture them or not. If I can just walk up to them and scoop them up in the crate. Alright, well, he doesn't want to talk. That's fine. I didn't want to talk to you anyway. I was just walked up to you for no reason. Oh, he's actually pretty heavy. That's not good. It's fine. You know what? We can just sprint back to the entrance. We'll take the metro back to SGS. It'll be fine. Ideally, I drop one of my spears. I think they weigh about 7 pounds. Or 7 weight. Again, it's not a... it's not a specific weight mentioned. I could just increase my strength. Where's it at? There we go. Let's go to private quarters first and drop off some of my stuff. I should drop off some grenades. I'm not going to. I'm just swing by Ezra, see if he wants to buy that. And medical. Okay, we'll keep 20... Oh. Oh no, where'd it go? Keep 20 of those on hand, and... Alright, yeah. That was a steal. I'm not actually a big fan of morphine. I see its use, and I've got a lot of use out of it when we were fighting the... Can I just go over here? Wait, why aren't my... Wait, where'd all this stuff go? Oh, it got unequipped when we... Gosh darn it. When we got stripped by Evelyn. Yeah, I'll put this down here as well. Where's the Omni tool? Alright, well, since we're here, let's go and open this up. The body bag in front of you contains a male corpse. The label on the bag reads Patrick Pierce. It appears that the corpse has been here for some time, but the extremely low temperature of the freezer prevented it from decaying. You touch it. You touch the corpse, but nothing interesting happens. You touch it again, and surprisingly, still nothing happens. Okay. I'll put you away. What does this do? Welcome to Southgate Station Medical Database. Access medical inventory? Okay, just a bunch of stuff. Got it. Wonder if there's an enema set. Medication list is too long for you to review them all. Okay. Notes. New medical equipment. We'll be receiving new medical equipment soon. The existing inventory will need to be rechecked and expanded, unless you want to risk the same thing from last time. So you want to risk the same thing from the last time happening again. Quentin's dimethylmercury. Quentin retrieved a single dose of dimethylmercury. He mentioned he needed it for testing on burrowers. Note, why do we even have one of the strongest neurotoxins in our inventory? Repair the lockpad. Reminded to notify someone to check that broken lockpad. I swear, it took 10 to 15 tries for it to finally accept my keycard. Surgery room lights. Surgery room lights are flickering. It looks like a horror scene in here. Call someone to fix it. Empty. Okay. Patient records? Open recent patient list. Arlene Banks. Symptoms: insomnia. Arlene reported having trouble falling asleep, again. Prescribed some mirtazapine for now. We'll see tomorrow how it went. Update: it worked. We'll continue monitoring her condition. Patrick Pierce. Symptoms: chronic back pain. Prescribed painkillers. Gabapentin this time. We're getting low on other painkillers. Since we don't have anyone suffering from epilepsy, gabapentin will have to do. Brett Fields. Symptoms: forehead laceration. Big Brett showed up with a deep cut, about 10 centimeters long, across his forehead, caused by him tripping in the hopper pen and hitting his head on one of the rocks. Disinfected, stitched up, and bandaged his head, and told him to return tomorrow so that I could check for any potential complications, infections, etc. Michael Mortington. Symptoms: sharp chest pain. Mordray came... Oh, that's his real name. That's the guy that was down in the caves fishing. And they wanted me to capture a hopper for him. Mordray came while everyone was asleep and complained about a sharp chest pain waking him up. I checked him out but couldn't find anything. Took some samples, left him in the office while I did some testing, and other than slightly lower vitamin B levels, nothing seems to be wrong with him. Update. He said everything is fine now. A few days have gone by without any chest pains. Told him to see me if the pain returns. Joe Hendricks. Symptoms: depression. Joe came and asked for depression tablets, sertraline. Says the only thing that helps her. I administered placebo treatment because I have reasons to believe it's all in her head. Gave her some Eneret tablets and will monitor her condition. Update. The tablets helped her a lot, just as I suspected. Prescribe more and continue to monitor her condition further. Lucas Stanford. Symptoms: broken toe. Lucas dropped a grenade case on his foot and smashed his toe. Fixed him up and prescribed him painkillers. Recommended only light painkiller doses so that the overuse doesn't slow down the healing process. Patient archive. Access denied. For further information, please contact your administrator. Well, neat. I wonder what's up with the dead guy. That's gonna be like a quest later on. I'm gonna see if he wants to buy... There we go. Alright, let's go down to agronomy. Talk to this guy. Alright, here we go. I need someone to supply a friend of mine with certain plants and fungi. His name is Dude, and he'll even collect it himself, so you won't have to ship it out anywhere. What mushrooms and plants? Mushrooms, red dreams, and lake poppies. We need lots of it. The more you have, the better. We have plenty to spare, fortunately. We can make a deal. What is it for, if I may ask? It's for his medicine. Yes. Payment? Upon pickup. You iron out the details with him. Acceptable. Tell your friend we have a deal. Alright, you'll hear from him soon. I wanted to ask... Excuse me. I wanted to ask you about some odd creatures that are plaguing Foundry at the moment. Thought you might know something. Foundry. Sure. Can you describe these creatures to me? They're these highly aggressive quadrupedal creatures, most easily recognized by shells made of rock with metallic blades protruding from their backs. Ever seen anything like that? Never, but it sounds really intriguing. I'd remember it, that's for sure. If you could bring me some part of the creature, or a live specimen, I'd be more than happy to share anything I learned with you. There are these worm-like things with weird heads shaped like small drills. Drills? I've seen a fair share of odd beings, but one with a drill forehead? A drill forehead. Never in my lifetime. Could you catch one, if that's possible? I'd love to take a look at the creature. And you two need some answers, or else you wouldn't be talking to me in the first place. Well, I've captured one of these worms. Quentin inspects the creature as it squirms inside the crate. As soon as it spots him, the creature begins thrashing about, occasionally stopping to aim its head at him and screech in an act of desperate intimidation. Now this is what I'm talking about. I'd like to take a look at it. Anything I should know before opening the crate? How dangerous it is? Well, you've got nothing to worry about. I handled it with my bare hands. He carefully grabs the creature, holding it firmly as it wriggles in his hands. He takes a good look at it, charmed by its oddity and alien form, before he turns to you. Please wait while I examine it. This won't take long. The creature suddenly makes a few powerful motions, wailing its unheld ends and shakes Quentin's upper body and prompting him to even spread his legs a bit, in order to maintain proper balance. He's able to control it, however. This one's a fighter. You wait while Quentin completes his examination, observing him as he performs it with great focus and care. How after only a few minutes, he makes it seem like as if he had been handling these creatures for years. Slowly and steadily, he finishes the examination. He places the creature back into its mobile jail, turns to you, but only to inform you that he needs to leave and do one more test. The two are gone for a while. Soon he returns to you with a genuine smile on his face, overflowing with excitement. He wastes no time. "I'm back, BringItDon. Hope you didn't fall asleep waiting for me." "Ah, you seem happy. Hope you've got something good for me." "You'll see. First, without dissecting the creature, which I would never do without consulting you, I can tell you a couple of things I've learned so far. The heads do appear to be used for actual drilling, even though I haven't been able to see it in action yet, obviously. The combination of the unique shape of the head and the surprisingly powerful musculature makes me feel that it engages its whole body during the process. Maybe it, say, rotates itself in short bursts, or maybe it coils up and releases the energy in that manner. I'm just speculating. What is a fact, though, is that the head is very, very tough, so I have no doubt that it can bore through hard material without much of an issue. As for the rest of the creature's body, it is segmented and has a decently thick skin covered in what appears to be very soft, delicate scales, or at least something similar to it, as in snakes. It probably helps them move, possibly to retain moisture too. The skin is also highly sensitive, which makes sense for a creature limited in ways it can acquire information about its movement. There are a few other details about it, but those are quite minor and uninteresting. Now what I did was a quick superficial examination. I need to dissect the creature to really tell you more about its anatomy. However, I saved the good stuff for last. I decided to do some psi readings. That's why I left the room earlier, and the readings were off the charts. In fact, the creature exhibits a psi signature so strong that I'm surprised it does not have some defensive psi abilities at its disposal. However, the creature is also incredibly complex, and I'm not ashamed of telling you even I am having problems interpreting it. He shrugs. I'm afraid that analyzing it is well above my skill level, but I'm absolutely 100% positive that understanding this psi signature will not only help you on your, for lack of a better word, quest, but also pave to engrossing scientific discoveries. For those of us who care, if nothing else. So there, that is all I have for you. That is all very interesting. Regarding psi signatures, do you know anyone I can take this larva to? Well, as far as psi in general is concerned, Ezra is the top expert in SGS, so he is the right person to bring this critter to. If he can't help you, then you're stuck. Yeah, well, he hands you the crate back. Here. Captivating little thing this is, and feisty. Bring this to him then, thanks. Alright, to Ezra. Man. A lot to read. Engineering. But we're making progress. Though these aren't the hostile creatures, I wonder if I'm still going to have to get a sample of one of the other creatures. Alright, could you take a look at this for me? Ezra looks at the restless creature, now at the apex of its aggravation. He focuses on it in silence, and as moments pass, the creature becomes more and more calm. Slowly but surely, it reaches a point of complete tranquility and motionlessness, on account of which one could easily mistake it for being dead. Ezra? He turns to you. Where did you find this creature? In a mine and foundry. Interesting. And are there any other creatures living among or in close proximity to these? Yes, creatures with shells made of rock that have metallic blades on their backs. Those are the only ones as far as I know. He speaks, but more to himself than you. I see. Another adaptation. It makes sense. And you? Why are you so interested in this subject? A foundry is having difficulties with those creatures, as they are infesting their mine. But the real problem is the beast. A creature identical to what I described, but much larger, tougher, and much meaner. As yet, there doesn't seem to be any apparent way to kill it. The creature, because of its heavy armor, is practically invulnerable. Nearly all who faced it lost their lives. So you want to find a way to kill it. Very well. I understand everything now. I'll tell you what you need to know. The creature you brought me is actually the larval form of the rock creatures you described. As strange as that may seem, yes, these are their larvae. I've encountered them in the past, in different forms though. Regardless, I can help you find this adaptation's weakness, but for that you will have to bring me some part of the creature to analyze. Try to bring me a piece of its shell, or back blades if you can. If not, then bring whatever you're able to require. You mentioned something about adaptations. What did you mean precisely? You see, the larva uses its psi energy to cocoon itself inside of living or non-living entities, and tailor its genetic makeup to support the organism's further development in accordance with what it's merging with. Inside, the larva develops into its adult form, and the resulting creature is fully integrated with the entity of choice. So if the creature wants a rock shell, it will dig itself into a rock and fuse with it. Do you know what these creatures are called? Psi-enhanced polymorphic organisms, or psiomorphs for short. How come you know so much about these creatures? Knowledge like this does not arrive merely encountering something. I've learned quite a few things throughout the years. There are bits and pieces of knowledge and history everywhere you look, and over time, things simply accumulate. You're awfully mysterious, Ezra. First, I ask you tell me you don't know about Wyatt Pear, and now this. And yet, you seem like you have an answer for everything else I ask you. No one has an answer to everything, and no one should have an answer to everything. Life would be dull otherwise. I'd like to return to the topic at hand now. Alright. Oh yeah, I think I have something for you. Cool. Alright. Would I still have that thing in my inventory? Because if so, I want to go drop it off. Where did he keep it? Oh, this is not what I meant to do. Let's go back and catch the train back to Foundry. So I have to find one of the actual bladelings and kill one of those and try and get part of it and bring it back to Ezra. Alright, well then I'm going to call the episode... Well, let's just run back. I'll run back to the mine real quick, then I'll call it an episode. Sorry, I also smashed my mic with my hand. Hopefully you didn't hear that. I forgot what was this way. What was east of... Oh, the mine. That works. Alright, yeah, gonna call it here. Next episode, we're gonna hunt down a bladeling, and then we'll return it to Ezra and have him give us the details. What does this say? Okay. And also, this should have updated for Dude, right? Yeah, we have to go talk to him again. Alright, regardless, calling it here. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you guys in the next episode.